Okay, the first thing you have to do is cook the pasta. So I'm going to put water in the pot. Do we want enough so it's reheatable for a couple days?
Sure, why not?
So turn the element on high. Of course, always want to do salted water. You can use any type of pasta you want, but for today's lesson I have Elbows. You want to get cheddar cheese, so I like the sharp cheddar cheese. So some people put breadcrumbs on it. You also need butter and flour. Butter and flour. And now we wait. Water is boiling, so now I'm putting the pasta in. Okay, and just stir it. You can really use any pasta. It'll take now 7 to 9 minutes.
Except it would be probably weird if you use spaghetti.
Probably. But the other thing is that now, like when it starts to like really boil, you want to turn it down. Otherwise it'll boil over. So you just need to just stand here for a little bit. Stir it again so it doesn't stick. So it's starting to bubble. Let it get like rapid bubbling. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn it down. Okay, so the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a strainer ready. So I'm ready to strain the pasta. It's done. So we have 7 minutes.
What are you doing?
I am putting the oven on at 450 as your glamorous assistant.
Okay, so see how the pasta is cooked? Ooh, it's so heavy. You take it and drain it. Whoa, that's a lot of pasta. It's like a college's dream, college student's dream, all that pasta. Okay, so I'm going to open up the butter and put it in there in the pot just to melt. You see that I turned the heat off. There's no heat on the element, so just for it to melt. Okay. I'm going to spray the pan. And then I'm going to put the pasta in the pan. It's a lot of pasta. All right. So see how the butter is melting? I'm going to get some flour. And we're going to make what's called a roux. So, let's get the butter melting a little bit more. Are the dogs in their crate? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put the heat on a little bit. And to melt. Okay, do you remember? So the reason you do a roux is the base of thickening all stews and sauces, okay? It's like the French technique. Okay, so see it's melting, it's melting, it's melting. I'm gonna get the cheese ready by opening the bag, and I'm gonna get milk. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put flour in to make a roux.
How much?
Let's say half a cup, a quarter of a cup. I don't know. Enough. I know you hate when I do that, but it's cooking, and I don't know. I just do it till it looks right. So see how I'm mixing it? It's getting thicker and thicker. So that's perfect. See? So it was like, I guess it was like a quarter of a cup of flour. Try and get all the lumps out. Okay? Turn off the heat. Very important. Otherwise, it's all going to burn. Okay? Then you're going to add milk. And it doesn't matter. I don't know about using nut milk. I've never done that before. But we're just going to keep putting it in. I don't measure, so I don't know. So just like a bunch. So, and you do it slowly. So see how I'm doing it slowly? We want a lot because it's a lot of pasta. So, just stirring it. Because you didn't have enough of the other one. It doesn't really matter. So, and if it starts to get too loose or too runny like it is now, put the heat on a little bit to heat it up. And if it heats up, it'll start to like get thick again. You just gotta keep stirring it because otherwise it's gonna burn. So you can tell it's getting thicker. Maybe you can't. Can you tell that it's getting thicker? It is, trust me. See, it's thicker. This is getting thicker. See, it's thicker. You see that? So I'm going to pour some more milk in just to finish the container because I have it. Okay, so that's done. Okay, and once you have your desired thickness, I'm going to let this cook a little bit to get the desired thickness. And then I'm going to dump all of this yummy, gooey cheese into it. So it's pretty thick the way I want it to be. So it's like that. See, it kind of coats the pot, the spoon. I can't talk today. And then I'm going to dump the whole pouch of cheese in there. Whoops. Make a mess in the process. And I'm going to take it off the heat. Mix it.
Turn it off.
Okay. So mix it. Okay. And here you have your cheese sauce. Go on a little bit to get a little bit of heat. You can see how it's very cheesy and saucy. It's like the sauce for macaroni and cheese. Okay. Now we're going to dump it all over the pasta and try and mix it in. This is the very tricky part. A lot of times I do this in a big bowl. I don't know what I was thinking doing it in the baking dish right now. I think I just had a long day at work and I wasn't really thinking.
Or you could have kept it in the strainer and then dumped the pasta in the pot.
That would have been smart too. But I did neither of those things, so we deal with our mistakes. So see how cheesy and yummy it looks? This looks cheesy and yummy, doesn't it? And the dogs are ready to get some. Now, do you want with breadcrumbs or no breadcrumbs? What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna do no breadcrumbs, but so what I do after I've mixed it is I'll put a layer of cheese on the top, and then if I wanted breadcrumbs, I would put the breadcrumbs on top of the cheese to toast. But if we don't want breadcrumbs, then not necessary. I think it's like a southern thing to put breadcrumbs on. Okay, so that's all mixed in. So you can also, another nice addition is you can put, let's see, you can put, God, it's interesting to cook with dogs, isn't it? You can put like vegetables in it too, like when I was able to eat tomatoes. Oh my God, I love diced tomatoes in it. Oh, so good.
Sounds gross.
Delish. Used to be one of my favorite things to have macaroni and cheese with diced tomatoes. Just gonna put a layer of cheese on the top. Okay. And there we go. So I used like 2 pouches of cheese. As you can see, it wasn't really necessary for me to use all that cheese, but why not? Alright, and now we're gonna put it into the oven at 450 until the cheese gets as done as you want. And everybody's different than this. I like, watch out, Becky's. I like everything well done, as we all know, but not everybody likes that. So you're gonna ask me how much time and how long, and the reality is you just gotta watch it. And also every oven is different. So
When do you want to start? What do you want to look for when you take it out?
you want the cheese to be at least bubbling on the top. You know, it doesn't have to, like, I personally like when the cheese is brown, but that takes a lot longer, and not everybody likes that. So I'm gonna open the oven and check on it. See? Nice and bubbling, and it's brown on top. So to me, that looks ready, and I'm gonna pull it out of the oven. It's going to be very hot. So I personally like it a little bit more well done than that, but there's other people in my audience, so keeping it like it is.